my dad, way back in the day, his nickname was Katz. So when he was young, and then I don't know, I kind of just in the last few years kind of inherited it and was just like, you know what, Kade Katz is pretty dope. So
All right, everyone, so I'm here with Kade Katz. We're promoting his new EP titled Dead Roses. How's it going, Kade?
good, man. Good. Thanks for having me, man.
Hey, thanks for being here. Thanks for being on the show.
Yeah.
All right, Kade, so let's talk, man. Dead Roses, I've heard it. It sounds great, man. Let's talk about it. When did you first write the song? When did the idea for the track begin?
So what's pretty crazy is I believe I wrote the song around April, like kind of just when COVID was, hitting us right in the face.
It was like March when it really hit its peak. So
March I was just moving into my new place, and probably within the first few days I wrote my single Satellites, and I was like, cool, I'm in a good creative house, right? And then
keep the juices going.
Yeah. So shortly after that, Dead Roses came about, and what's funny with Dead Roses is my girlfriend's she writes poetry, and she put out a book, and just before she released it, she's like, read through all the different poems, and one of them had roses and maybe dead like later on, and I was like, man, I don't really ever write around the context of roses or whatever. And like the next morning, my routine was kind of wake up, have some coffee, and just kind of sit on the couch and play acoustic and see what comes, what the song gods want to give me. And so I started I kind of had the riff going, and the chorus came really quick, and I just kind of had the song or like that melody in my head for the rest of the day. And then later that night, I pretty much finished it. It was just like, I was like, oh shit. So I got into the studio relatively quick and just tracked it.
Oh, those juices were flowing, and you were just 100%. Like, the song got written, you jumped in the studio.
Yeah. It was, like I said, I probably wrote it April. I think I tracked it in May. So wow. Like I said, I was moving quick on it. But
nice. Timing is everything.
Right. It just came out last Friday, but and I got a whole bunch, to follow off the single. But it was just let's get in and do it. It's kind of it could come across as a sadder, darker song, I guess. But for me, it was almost just like appreciating the people that do come in and out of your life, and they're there for a reason, for whatever, good or better or worse, but appreciate those times. And there's people just always floating in and out of your life that impact it in some way, and it's kind of just like appreciate them, even though at times it could be a tough goodbye, it could be whatever, but at the end just appreciate that.
Absolutely well said. And around the time you wrote it was a very rough time for people.
Yeah, you have that disconnect where for me, I was constantly rehearsing with nice debut, working with the band I'm also in, Throw the Fight, and we were always seeing each other, rehearsing, writing, and obviously at that time then we really couldn't see each other, so there was just that disconnect with kind of your friends, and almost that.
Were you guys doing any type of playing via Zoom? How were you guys able to interact? Were you sending any tracks over, or just playing on your own, and then it would just sort of unite when it did?
Yeah, with Throw the Fight, we would have FaceTime chats, and then all of us kind of have like our at-home little studio. So demos were kind of already like floating around as they always do. So nothing really changed with that. It just came to, all of us kind of just getting in the room and hanging out and doing our thing. So, it just caused us to work a little different, but so far so good.
So far, so good. Absolutely. I mean, you had Satellite, and then Dead Roses came right after. So you're probably still running off of that momentum, man.
Yeah, a little bit. It's different starting, being known as being in Throw the Fight, and then having my solo project that, I wanted to start a year before I became the singer of Throw the Fight. But I had so many songs in the works that I just needed to get them out. And, so for me, it's just having the content of, a constant flow of songs. And, I go back and forth with, do I just want to do the singles game? Do I want to do an EP? But, it's just nice to kind of grow my audience organically right now.
All right, Kade, we're back.
All right, cool.
All right, guys, so we're back with Kade Katz. We're talking about Dead Roses. He's built up a lot of momentum, you guys. He's running off of steam, so be careful. How many tracks are we looking at, man? You're probably sitting on tracks just waiting to be released.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I'm sitting on at least 8 right now that are completely finished. And then if I open up my Reaper file, it's a mess of just starts of a lot of songs. So yeah, it's not a bad thing, I'll say that.
That's really awesome that you found the name of the track, or not even that, but the whole birth of the idea came from you reading your girlfriend's poetry. But it's interesting that sometimes those things happen, even when one has things like writer's block. Sometimes they get the professional in, and when they get the professional who costs millions of dollars, you know what he gets them to do? He gets them to open up a library book and pick out just a random word. And sometimes that's what it takes. Yeah. And it's really awesome that you were able to take not only a random word, but it's not only so random, it comes from a deep place for you, and you were able to manifest that, and it's really awesome.
Yeah, looking back at it, and now that it's been released, it's kind of funny to think how it did come about, because a lot of times I don't really, a song just comes and you're like, all right, cool, you're just rolling off of kind of your intuition and just tapping into a totally different being. And then, but this one for sure, it's like I know exactly, where I was, how it kind of sparked, having the melody right away, and then, like I said before, just having that melody stuck in my head. I'm like, I just gotta go in and finish this thing.
Is this common for you? Do you get writer's block, or is this common for you to just kill it in the studio and with your writing process? Because I'm really impressed by your process with this track. It sounds like you were really just going with it, and it organically came together, man. That's every musician's goal.
Yeah. For me, I mean, I've been writing songs since I was, 10, 12 years old, and I'm just constantly doing it. And so just like anything, the more you're doing it, I feel like you build a routine. I always have a guitar in my hand for the most part, and trying to pick up and just come up with a little riff here and there. So I kind of just try to keep the juices flowing, really, and keep that connection. But obviously you write a song and the next one's always better than that one. And you always have a new favorite, or is it, as good as the last one? So you end up, messing around, getting a little crazy in the head with stuff like that. But for the most part, I guess what I'm going for now is, as I create a song, I just want to get in the studio as soon as possible, track it and release it, and just have it fresh, where it's fresh as for the artist, me, and also for the fan, so I can have that excitement. Because with Dead Roses, it was tracked in like May, and now it just came out. I've kind of sat with it, and I was like super stoked and now it's out, and I'm stoked.
Super stoked.
Yeah, but it's kind of nice where it's fresh to me and it's fresh to the world too, and can share it all together, really.
So you're one about keeping the freshness alive. You're not one to want to sit on tracks and release them later down the line. You think timing is everything, especially when it was, with it coming out, with it being written, you're like, let's put it out. The timing is
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. I mean, for years, I always had songs and I was always in a band. So you're waiting on other guys and stuff like that. And I always wanted to do a solo project because it's on me. And so it kind of took a lot of time and getting over ego and vulnerability. And it's just put music out, man. And so I just have so much where it's just like, let's just roll with it, and that's it. I mean, some of the stuff's a little more obscure than other stuff. It's a little, I've got 808 beats and I'm messing with all sorts of different styles, I guess. But I think that's awesome. I'm growing as an artist as well.
Do you like to play with the styles and the genres? You're still in that place where you can allow the music to go in any direction. You're still willing to see where it takes you. Could we see some maybe alternative genres come out of you than we've already seen?
Potentially. Yeah, potentially. I mean, I feel like each solo song kind of stands on its own, but you can tell it's me. It's unique to me. But yeah, I mean, today with all the different plugins and the technology, it's tough not to go too far out of the writing spectrum. But I always just start with an acoustic, and I try to just build a song around the foundation of simple chords, an acoustic guitar, or a clean electric, and then build from that and kind of just keep that as my formula, really.
And so you being a solo artist, but it sounds like you still perform with other musicians to make it a full group, right? You have people playing the drums for the group and the bass, or how are you going about this?
Yeah, so that's funny you ask. So I have yet to play live as far as Kade Katz, and I'm still trying to figure that out.
All right. Well, we don't have to put anything out too soon, but so you're still figuring it out how you want to go about this.
Yeah. I've definitely thought of ideas of performing the songs, a more dialed back way. But also in this day and age, you can run tracks, and it could just be me, or I could have a couple buddies join on a set or whatever. I got options on that, and I'm definitely looking forward to it, especially if I'm starting to hear like shows are coming back. So
absolutely,
I would definitely love to perform some of this stuff, even if it's me on acoustic guitar. I don't really care.
100%. You're ready.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm stoked.
Hey man, we're all excited for that. Seriously, we want it to just move forward. We want to see these bands and these groups. I mean, seriously.
Yeah, I mean, for a lot of people, music's therapy. Whether you're listening to it or you're attending it live, it's a lifestyle, and it brings so many different people together for great reasons. And yeah, absolutely, I think the whole world's missed it dearly, some more than others.
Before you were in these bands and finally putting out your own music, how you are today, how did you start to pick up momentum and start writing songs? What was your first instrument and your first introduction to songwriting?
So I started out playing drums at a very young age, like 5, and that was
nice.
my first love. And then I was probably about 7. And my grandfather had a guitar laying around, and he was always playing it. And, I'm trying to pick it up and carry it around, but it's twice my size. But, I started playing guitar and got in guitar lessons very, very young. And, I was kind of inspired by my guitar teacher just saying, hey man, I know you want to play music and make some sort of career out of it, or just be successful. And in order to do so, you should consider, writing your own songs. And, I literally went home that night, was trying to figure out how to write songs out of just the few chords or the lessons I had. And, and then I would go back to each lesson and kind of say, hey, this is what I'm working on. And he would kind of help build foundations around them. But, and then I just kind of started listening to all my, inspirations like Tom Petty and songwriters, legendary songwriters, and just taking pieces of what they're doing. Right.
Absolutely. That's how it is. You learn from your favorites and then you build from there.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's
so, yeah,
awesome.
that's kind of just how it got started, is just, definitely being pushed and, in a positive way of, and, opening my eyes to shit, let's start writing songs. And like I said before, the longer you keep doing it, hopefully you get better.
You ought to, right? You should. If you aren't, you might as well change careers or something. not to put it that way, right? But if you're not improving, maybe your purpose lies somewhere else, and we should find
definitely.
it.
Yeah, 100%.
Definitely, 100%, man. Hey, that's really exciting. So moving forward, how about a music video? What can we expect from Dead Roses in a music video?
So I've talked to a few people on ideas to shoot Dead Roses music video. The follow-up single to Dead Roses is a song called Playing Head Games. And I have, pretty good visual ideas of what I want for a video. So I might just do like more or less like a lyric video for Dead Roses, do a full-on video for Playing Head Games, the next single. But, I might ride the Dead Roses out for a bit too. And there definitely could be some cool dark imagery and visuals for that song. Absolutely. So
are you maintaining a consistent theme?
What's that?
Are you maintaining a consistent theme with all of the tracks that you're going to be releasing afterwards with Dead Roses? Can we expect a similar theme, with regards to imagery and things of that nature?
A little bit. I think each one has kind of their own story. The next ones are a little more upbeat, as far as, I guess, lyrical content. And, I wrote one about my new daughter. I've got a 7-month-old daughter. So I wrote a song kind of based around that feeling and about myself. So, yeah, just, it's
a great time to write music.
Yeah, dude, I'm a sucker though for writing sad songs. It's just what I do. I'm a big sap, but I try to have like some sort of underlying, outcome of, something positive of it. But it's underneath there somewhere. You got to dig, right?
You don't have to be a sad person to write good sad songs. I think it's just an ability you have and a strength that you have, and you can write these good songs. It doesn't have to be anything personal. Remember, it's an artistic expression.
Absolutely. Yeah. And a lot of it too. I mean, my lyrics could be more upbeat, but I write in minors and majors, and right there, it just makes it sound sad, which is sick.
Not naturally, but it's gonna sound sick, like you said.
Yeah.
Very nice. All right. Very nice, man. How about for the rest of the year? What can we expect for the rest of the year in terms of a timeline? Can we expect anything in chronological order, or we'll keep that a secret for now?
Yeah, right now, basically just releasing a song every month is my goal until the new year. There might be more of a batch of songs that I put out in bulk at some point, maybe this summer. I'm kind of just feeling out to where music goes, with shows and stuff. So if shows come, there's definitely going to be some focus on practicing and prepping to get out and play these songs live. And yeah, I mean, the nice thing is that I'm my own boss and I can do whatever I want. I got a bunch of the songs and, but obviously I'm a new artist, so I'm trying to get out as much music as possible. So every time you're gaining new listeners and, when they do find you, they're like, oh shit, this guy's got, 15 songs. Like, what the hell? So that's kind of nice too. I just want to keep giving fans and listeners something new to listen to.
Keep giving it to them, man. And at the end of the day, it's still an exciting place to be in, where we're getting introduced to Kade Katz for the first time. It's really exciting because the bar is going to be set and we're excited. We're all excited, and the track
That's
sounds
awesome,
great.
man.
We already have Dead Roses, and that sounds really great. And we know that the next tracks are going to sound equally as sick, man. So we're excited.
Yeah. Well, shout out to Jeremy Turek, who produces and engineers all my stuff. Like that dude, he's amazing talent, and we've worked for many, many years together. And so without him, this would be half as good. But
hey, well,
we're a good team.
Teamwork makes the dream work, man.
Right. That's what we say. That's what we say. 100%.
So even though you're a solo artist, you still have a team out there that you work with. So you're not completely on your own. You're just putting out music that you want to be able to put out on your own. But you still have a team that's helping you, and they're professionals, and that's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, with my band of Throw the Fight, I've met people through all different areas. Whether videographers, graphic designers, all that stuff. So I've tapped into some of that, but I've also have a couple other people that I've used, and I'm trying to teach myself a lot of things as well, whether it's video editing or building content. And I'm really enjoying that. And it's challenging to say the least, but it's fun too. And it's all my creation and my art. So just having like my hands on all of it is really nice. Like the album artwork, for Dead Roses is actually a photograph my girlfriend took. And I was, it was again fitting for the song and how it was inspired. And then kind of the merch for it I designed, and it's just kind of nice to have that creative outlet on all the other aspects of the project.
To be the captain of your own ship.
Yeah, it's nice. I mean, it's a lot of damn work, but if something doesn't work out, I can get mad at myself, right?
Hey, absolutely. And that's a sacrifice you're willing to make. You want to be the captain of your own ship, and you're okay with that. And you're fully capable. And we've seen it already. I mean, there's tracks available. So where can we find you, Kade? Where can we find you on the web?
So it's kadekatz.com. All my links are there. Kade Katz on Instagram, Twitter, you name it, YouTube, everything's Kade Katz.
Nice. All right. All right, Kade. Well, I really appreciate you for being on the show, man. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Let's follow up in the future and get you back on.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's do it again. I'm available anytime.
All right, brother. Sounds good.
All right, man. Peace. Take care.
All right.